Well, hello everybody. How we doing today? This is just a spur of the moment little video. I was sitting down to finish putting these ephemera packs together, and I thought, you know what? Let me just jump on and chat with my people while I do this. I just finished watching Birdie's last video, and she's so good at just chit-chatting along. She just inspires me to jump on and talk about whatever. Let me first, you guys can't see it, but I'm over here struggling with this little thread that came off of here. It was like sticking to my fingers. Let me start out by giving a shout out to two new Patreon members. Vicky in Washington, thank you so much for being here. And Marpy in Texas. Marpy, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but that's how I've been saying it since many moons ago when you became a customer and a follower on Instagram and Etsy. So thank you so much for being here. It's awesome. I just love the little tribe we're building over on Patreon. So yeah, this is not my usual thing that I do on camera, but oh well. There's no rules about what we can and can't do, right, on camera. So I had all of the ephemera packs dealt out. I say dealt out because it's a whole big process. So I go through and remove pages from books for these, fold the ones that need to be folded, I count them out, and then I go around the table with each little pile and I make these. I just build up this kit, right? I had my husband help me this last round because he was available. I was like, do you want to help? He said, sure. So, this is my little bin of kits, and each one needs a couple things added to it, and so that's what I'm working on. And I did several, but I ran out of the right size of bags to put them in, and those just arrived today, so now I'm able to package up the rest of these. This particular item is too tall, just barely, so I go in and fold it, and so that's one thing I gotta do to each one. And then I add one of these two-part receipts, vintage receipts that I got from, let's see, her name on, I think on here and on Etsy is the Chadwick Rose. So yeah, I got those from her. So then I just pull from my miscellaneous ephemera and I get a couple more pieces because that's fun to just have some random stuff in there. So I'm adding 3 pieces to each kit. So these kits are all 80 plus piece kits. And they have several different dictionary pages from different dictionaries. They have vintage, well, all the dictionaries are vintage. And they have vintage music sheets and vintage foreign language pages, which are great for collage, and photographs, and you know, receipts, a couple vintage checks, lots of miscellaneous. So some just old book pages from old novels. I like to just put a nice assortment in there, and then like it's a fun way to boost your items you work with, you know. If we all just, you know how it is when you have like a whole book to work with, you're like feeling like everything's looking the same. Well, this is a fun way to just get a variety of stuff. And I love putting them together, so that's what I'm working on today. And I was saying on my last tutorial I did on Patreon, I was apologizing because I've just been so busy. I haven't had time to do a lot. And one of my darling patrons said, you know, why don't you tell us like what you've been busy with? And I understand the desire to, I think that's really good advice, but like the stuff I've been busy with is just really like mundane, boring stuff that everybody does, and I feel kind of weird talking about it, you know, like as though it's anything that, you know, everybody else is going through the same thing. So, but here I am showing up and doing the things. So look at this check is from 1928. I think that's so cool. Yeah, I honest to heck, I couldn't even tell you where my days are going. I was telling my husband the other day that I feel like I wake up, you know, we have our coffee, I do some things, I do some cleaning, and, you know, my routine in the morning is to get the dishwasher unloaded, reloaded, whatever it needs to be done there. And then, let's see, I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. Oh, that's cool. It's a little vintage recipe and a vintage photo. So whoever gets that can decide which side they want to use. Anyway, you know, I clean the cat box, I start the laundry, I make the bed, I vacuum the floor, clean whatever needs to be cleaned that day, you know. And then I try to get some book listings or, you know, this kind of stuff listed or whatever. I try and do something in the morning for my business. And then it's lunchtime, and my husband and I, we're both self-employed, so very often we can have lunch together. So we do that and have a little afternoon coffee. He has coffee, I have my Dandy Blend tea. And then in the afternoon, well, lately I've been working on some fodder school stuff that is just kind of behind the scenes stuff I need to get done. So it's not anything that I'm able to film or really share at the moment. And, you know, before I know it, a couple hours has gone by, and then I need to figure out what we're having for supper and get started with that. If I'm gonna do any baking for the day, then I do that. And that always leads to something else that needs to be done that, you know, I didn't account for. And then, you know, usually I have an order or two that needs to be packaged up, and so I run that to the post office, and then, you know, it's time to get started with making dinner. And I'm not kidding, when dinner's over, I just hit a wall. Like, I don't want to do anything else for the day. So I usually just kind of watch TV or YouTube, and I might find some little project to putz with, but that's really it. And then my day is gone. done. And so that's not really anything exciting to share. I don't have any fabulous goat stories like Birdie. But there it is. That's what I've been doing. So I haven't had a lot of production, which is very unusual for me. I'm used to producing piles of stuff, and haven't been doing that, so it feels really weird and kind of like I'm slacking, but I'm not because I'm busy. But I don't really have anything to share, so that's kind of what's been going on. Yeah, if you were wondering where I've been and what I'm doing, that's what it is. But I'm pretty much wrapped up with my fodder school, what I was working on, so that's good. I mean, I love fodder school, but also I need to get my act together for my stuff. I'm just gonna turn this down real quick. So, and that's kind of been a learning process for me, knowing my limitations. And I mean, not only my limitations, but the limitations of my space. I have a very small workspace here, and I'm extremely grateful for it because it is a dedicated workspace and it makes me so happy. But, sorry, we're losing stuff here. But if I take on other projects, it really limits how much my production, it limits how much I can get done. So, that's what's been happening. I'm over here in my fabric bin looking for a new piece of fabric to tie this up with. I found one. Let's see if she's willing to rip nice and neat. She's kind of got some, these spots might not rip very well, so let's see what we end up with. Oh, maybe, kind of. No, she didn't rip very well. I don't love that. Let's try a different one. This is a pretty color. Let's see if this one rips. Anyway, yeah, this one looks challenging as well. It's got some sewing in there, so I don't think that's gonna rip either. Well, you guys don't probably need to hear about all that. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I know it was just a quick check-in, but I did want to check in and say hey, show you what I was working on, and you know, let you know that I will soon be back around on a more regular basis. But for now, just checking in. Anyway, I hope you're all doing great, and it was good to see you. Bye.